What is up, guys? It's your boy Michi Leber, and you're currently watching episode 2 out of 3 compound exercise training videos I was concepting with my hopefully soon-to-be sponsor Merrell. They're currently launching a campaign called #NaturesGym, which is basically an influencer campaign where we want to tell you guys that you don't have to pay gym fees and don't have to train in any kind of fancy gym just to get a solid, proper compound body. All you need are some compound exercises you can perform anywhere, best case in the forest, somewhere in nature. And today we'll be talking about core. Last week we talked about the upper body strength training, compound training with push-ups, pull-ups, dips. Next week we'll be talking about legs, so that's quads and calves. And this week we're rather trying to focus on the six-pack, the V muscle and the lower back. Let's get to the first exercise and see you there.
A couple real niggas in the building. Hey man, I'm finna kill niggas in the building. Hey man, I tell her way to 50 bottles and she tell me say we in and I say church. We make it light up like a church.
The exercise I want to talk about today is the so-called static hold, aka plank. And for my opinion, it's one of the most underrated exercises out there because it is not unlike many other practices or exercises out there, the plank is a static exercise, and static exercises always stress different muscle fiber groups than, for example, plyometrics. Please play around with the variations, play around with the times, and maybe add some movement to your plank so that, for example, your back is steady but you're shifting weights between arms or legs. Please keep your head steady and straight as an extension of your spine. Do not stress it too much. So don't overextend like that, and don't tuck it under like that. Just keep it in a natural straight position. Keep the tension on your legs, on your quads, and especially crunch, really crunch in on your abs to really get the most out of the static hold. And breathe. If the plank is not enough and you really want to spice up your training, try different variations. I'm going to show you some of them now. Some are harder. As a rule of thumb, the more extremities are in air, the harder it gets. So for example, there's this variation where you're just randomly planking and you're making a straight line from your upper chest down to your foot. Then you could raise your arm. It's a little bit harder, but it gets way harder as soon as you lift your leg, and then trying to hold that. What you can also do is start whipping with your leg, so then you're getting your body in motion. And for example, the stress you put onto here really literally doubles up because your body starts flapping and moving around, and you have to counterbalance this disbalance that you're bringing in when you're moving. So that's also a really good exercise. Next up, I want to be talking about the crunches, but this is a version that I would recommend you to do no matter whether you're doing it in a gym, in your parkour gym, outside in the forest or on the street. Do not, and I'm not saying this because I don't want to do it here, I'll give you the reason for it right in a second. Do not place your full back down on the ground. Try to find your balance sitting on the back of your butt. Lift your legs up about 90 degrees. Chair position, maybe cross them. You can keep them like that, then they're dangling around. So maybe cross them like that, left over right, right over left foot, doesn't matter. And now put your hands not below your back, and do not cross them like that. Just put them here on the tippy top of your head. Maybe put them here, or place them crossed on your shoulders, but then you're sometimes limiting your range of motion. You might be wondering why I'm saying to not flatten out your back, to not lay flat back while doing crunches. I'm going to show you that right now, laying in that dirt. Some people, if they're laying down like that, tend to do crunches like this. or like that. And that's just bullshit. That is just wrecking your neck. So this is why I want to encourage you to keep this position 90 degrees angle from calves to quads. Put your hands not below your back. Do not pray or I don't know, do not cross your fingers. Just put them here and then work it. It's an important exercise, especially if you're working on your flips, if you want to rotate faster, if you want to get a better tuck, if you might be wondering why you're not getting your flips around, why you're landing, maybe not your front flips, why you're not landing your back flips. Working on explosive strength, we'll do that later also on the bar, can really help getting better back tucks, front flips, side flips, because you're just training the pulling in of this heavy part of your body. So next variation after the classic little bit changed up crunch is this type of crunch. Legs in this chair position around 90 degrees, calf to quads, and now you touch, both hands are touching, you lock the hands down, and then you twist and touch the floor. And while you're twisting, again, you have to counterbalance the disbalance you're getting into your system. If you want to, you can take a heavy stone or maybe like a weight plate if you're training in the gym, put it between your hands, legs crossed, and then touch it down. It comes to the center of gravity, find your balance, and then you're turning out to the other side. And with this type of exercise, I'm having my super heavy weight in my hands, in my mind at least right now. With this type of exercise, you can work, I think it's called obliques, I'm not sure about that, but this is, so you're not only training your muscles going down here, but the full front of your body by twisting or locking, putting it down, and then nearly 180 degrees to the other side. This twist motion helps a lot. And some people, when they do it for the first time, they can do 60 crunches at a time, but they just cannot do 20 of those ones because they've never worked on their obliques, especially not with some weight. So maybe try that, put that into your training, and you might get, for example, better side flips. Next exercise, nobody really knows how it's called, at least I didn't, and we didn't find anything on the internet on it, but it's highly effective. It's a big stress on the body, and you really need some good hip flexibility in order to perform it properly. Please judge it yourself whether I'm doing it properly enough. If you know how this type of exercise is called, please put it in the comment section below. I'm really interested in that, but let's look at it, how you actually execute it. So you go, as most of the time, into the push-up position. From here, you spread your legs a little bit, and from that spread position, you're bringing the right outer leg a little bit in and above, if you have enough hip flexibility, above your elbow. So you have to go down a little bit, and from your core muscles, you try to pull that leg in and above, or at least into the direction of your elbow. And then you're changing that up. So you're going left leg to left elbow, then you change it up, right leg, right elbow. Let's look at that again. You go here, spread your legs, you lower yourself down a little bit, the leg comes up, and do not put your chest down. You want to keep that stress on the whole structure. See it as 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as soon as you're lifting the leg, your body has to counterbalance the loss of this last quad pod. Then you're in a tripod position again. Your body has to counterbalance this weight shift. You're here, very steady position. Suddenly, boom, you release one leg. Now you have to counterbalance. Suddenly, weight switches again, and your body has to counterbalance in this awkward position. And this is what makes this practice, this exercise, so effective. Next exercise can also be done just on the floor. You don't need anything else, you just need the floor and your body weight. It's a so-called mountain climber. It's not performed in the plank position. You can try to do it in the plank position, but I'd recommend you to do it in a push-up in a push-up position. And in that position, you're jumping and bringing your legs in. So it's basically it's a combination of a static hold, because your upper body and your arms that are holding your upper body are as steady as possible, but your legs and your quads and your calves are working in order to transport your legs into that room that you're making below your belly, basically. So last exercise I have for you guys for today for core strength training is the so-called leg lift. We didn't have any parallel bar that had a proper height, and we didn't have any tree we could hang to, so I'm using this bridge construction kind of. Before I'm hanging up there, I want to get something across, which is there are a couple of variations. So the first variation would be whether you tuck your legs in and try to bring them up as high as possible, or whether you extend your legs, have the legs fully or maybe half extended, trying to get that 90-degree calf to squat angle, and try to lace your leg in that position. Sure thing, the more your legs are straightened out, the harder it will be to perform the exercise properly. I'm going to hang up there now and going to show you guys some variations on how you can work towards it or do the exercise itself, hopefully properly. Alright guys, that was it for the video. That was video number 2 out of 3. The third video out of this training video series will go online next week, so that's exactly in 7 days. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section below. If you're able to drop them in the comment section below within the next 12 to 24 hours after the video release, I'm going to try to get back to you via YouTube. If you can't make that happen, try to get in touch via Snapchat. I always have my message function set to on. Get in touch via Instagram at Michi Leber, Twitter at Michi Leber, Facebook at Michi Leber, or hit me up if you see me on the streets. It would be fucking sick. See you in the next video, see you in the next parkour POV travel video, or in the next workout video next week, and talk to you soon guys. Bye bye.